Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bella here with another video once again. So thank you so much once again for all of the overwhelming support. And this video, it's very well requested. I think a lot of you are going to enjoy this particular video. I am specifically posting this because of my followers on my TikTok who has been asking me, how did I go about taking the NCLEX, the next gen NCLEX. That's the new one. I know that there was an old one. I think the new one started on April 1st, 2023, which was last year. And fortunately, I was able to do the NCLEX next generation. So let's get into the video. Okay, so I am an internationally educated student. I am from Trinidad and Tobago, and I have attended the University of the Southern Caribbean. So there were a lot of steps before me even being qualified to take the NCLEX. But I'm gonna make another video with regards to requirements to get started on taking your NCLEX. But this video is solely how I prepare for the NCLEX, tips and tricks that worked for me. Probably will not work for some of you, but it worked for me, and I think it's gonna work for a lot of you who are from the Caribbean, because I know our teaching and our education is different from here in the US, and I think that we're a bit at a disadvantage. Reason being that I believe that nursing students over here in the US, they are very well equipped with, I should say, like the environment, stimulation, practices, hands-on. Their clinicals are literally on point. The clinicals, because I do see them when I'm working actually right now in the hospital, like their preceptors, their clinical instructors, everyone is like so on point with them, even the nursing staff. And with my experience, and I think my batch in nursing school could say that, yes, sorry about that. So I could say for myself and probably some of my nursing colleagues from my batch, that we had a very tough time because we went to clinicals in the epicenter of the pandemic and things were very crazy. So if you had a good instructor, or if your lecturers were they really wanted to see you excel, then it was a plus for us with particular lecturers and particular instructors. Okay, so let me get into the video with the tips and tricks on how I pass the NCLEX and what resources I use and so forth. So I have came to the understanding that the NCLEX is nothing like Council, and Council is basically the national exam that Caribbean nursing students take to get their registered nursing license. So it's completely, totally different. Let's start by saying that we do a paper format exam. It's 2 papers. That's Council I'm speaking about. 2 papers. One paper, it's I think 100 questions, and paper 2 is another 100 questions. And when you finish your exam, it's multiple choice. When you finish your exam, you could go back and you could change your answer if you see it fit to change your answer. But the NCLEX, it's on a computer. And I'm just saying this for my people in the Caribbean because some people may not know. Probably somebody's watching this video like, why is she even talking about it's being on a computer? Yes, because some of my colleagues in Trinidad and Tobago, in Jamaica, or in other Caribbean islands, they may not know that the NCLEX is taken on a computer. It's a computer test, and it's a CAT test, which stands for Computer Adaptive Test, right? So that basically it tests it's like an algorithm. It sees where your level of knowledge and understanding is. And if the computer is saying, okay, she's getting question after question correctly, we're gonna give her harder questions. And when you get a question wrong, the computer is gonna say, okay, let's ease up those questions on her and let's give her some easier questions. And when the computer realizes, okay, we could shut the exam off, she's equipped, she's a safe nurse, you know, we could give her that license and she's not going to kill anyone. They're going to cut it off. Or if she's a terribleness, she's a terrible, the questions that she's getting almost all wrong, or they're trying to give you additional questions to see if you're going to do a little better and you're not doing better. It's going to also cut off to say, okay, she's not ready. She or he is not ready. They need more time. This person, this candidate is not going to be a safeness right now. So that is how the test is on a computer. The minimum, the new generation NCLEX, the minimum of questions that you can get is 85 questions. Maximum of questions you can get is 150 questions. So the minimum questions, if you get 85 questions on a computer, you reach question 85, and the computer sees, okay, we don't need to give her or him any additional questions. She or he is good. Okay, they passed. We're gonna cut it off, and that's it. But if you're like on the range of up and down, and they kind of the computer is unsure, they're gonna give you more questions, and they're gonna give you more and more questions until they feel okay, or they feel good to know that we could stop the exam, she's gonna be a safe nurse, or we need to stop this exam because she's doing terrible. All right, so you could pass the exam in 85 questions, or you could pass the exam in 100 questions. You could pass the exam in 150 questions. Also, vice versa, you could fail in 85, you could fail at 100, and you could also fail at 150 questions. But everyone wants to pass the NCLEX in 85 questions. No one wants to go, you know, to question 86 or question 150 questions, you know. So for me, I passed the NCLEX in 86 questions. So I'm going to get to that shortly. All right, so my number one tip, guys, please go check out Mark Clement lectures. His audio lectures are on Spotify, and I think the thumbnail, it's a cat, a cat wearing like some kind of sunglasses, shades, looking all cool and stuff. I think that's the only forum that you're gonna get the actual 12 lectures. So Mark Clement, he has 12 lectures about different topics that is gonna come on the NCLEX. Also, I have heard that he used to work for the NCLEX as the NSCBN. I think that's the organization for the NCLEX, and he used to compose and write these NCLEX questions. So come on, if someone is writing these questions, I know exactly what is going to come on the NCLEX, right? Why not listen to this person? Because this person, he wrote a lot of questions for the NCLEX, and he knows exactly what is going to come. So watch these videos. I am telling you, I did not watch, I'm guilty, I didn't watch all of them, but I watched, I think, the acid, the ABGs, that's lecture number 1, because I did not understand that at all in the beginning. I watched lecture number 1. I also watched, I think, was the alcohol lecture, and the diabetes. All of them are fine, but I'm just telling you what I watch and what worked well for me. So I have the book right here. Actually, this is what you get, you know, of. I got this from someone that just recently passed her NCLEX at that time, and she provided me with this PDF document, and I just decided to print out all the pages and binded them, and it's basically like a book. So these are the lectures here. Number 1, it's acid-base balance and ventilators. So this is one of them that I looked at. Lecture number 2 with alcohol and overdose, withdrawal, etc. Number 4, this is very important. Number 4, with crutches and canes, walkers, and psych drugs, and just basically psych nursing, you know, that comes heavily on the NCLEX. Trust me, your psych nursing and your psych drugs, you're gonna get a bunch of questions. So just dive into it. Lecture number 4 and lecture number 9 based on psych and management of care, basically. Also lecture number 5. which has diabetes insipidus, SIADH, that is syndrome of inappropriate antidiuretic hormone, and diabetic ketoacidosis. Those are topics that come heavy on the NCLEX. So please get this. If you guys want a copy of this, you can definitely drop a comment below and say copy of Mark Hayes' lectures. This is the PDF version. Everything on his lectures are in here. So when I do listen to his lectures, I go in this book one time and I follow it's word for word with his lectures, literally. I did highlight some of these lectures because it's very beneficial, things that you need to remember. So if you want a copy, you don't have it, you know, you're getting trouble getting it online, send me a comment, send me a message. Your girl got you. I'm gonna hook you up. All right, so that's Mark Klemek, right? His most popular video or lecture, it's the prioritization and delegation lecture. No, people say that if you don't have the time, you can just listen to that last lecture, which is lecture number 12, and you should be fine. So under that lecture, it has delegation, what is wrong with me? Prioritization. What is wrong? Right. Prioritization, delegation, self-management, and guessing strategies. So these guessing strategies, guys, if you don't know what answer to select, he gives you an ideal. So your guessing strategies. He equips you with style guessing strategies that if you don't know anything about what the question is asking you, he teaches you how to break down the question, how to pull out certain information from the question, how to do process of elimination, and so forth. Amazing, literally amazing. So that's Mark Hay. That's my first #1 resource that I use, Mark Hay. Second resource I used was Raymer Nurse, right? This is Raymer's quick facts for NCLEX. Everything and anything is in this book, literally. I did not go through the entire book, right? But this book, if I had more time, trust me, it's golden. It's literally golden, right? And I think it's brand new. I have never wrote in the book, and I'm gonna do a giveaway for this book. Anyone who wants this book, you know, just drop a comment down below. Let me know when are you gonna take your NCLEX. You know, let me know when you're gonna take your NCLEX, and if in fact you have your ATT. All right, because I know some people are, you know, they're less fortunate with regards to, you know, keep buying of resources, and people, they bought a lot of resources that did not work for them, and here comes Raymer, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, I just spent all of my money on UWorld, I spent all of my money on Simple Nursing, and I don't have any more funds to purchase Raymer. So let me know if you have your ATT. All right, you're gonna test for the NCLEX very soon, within a month, and I'm gonna pick one special person and I'm gonna give them this book. I'm gonna ship it out and it's gonna go straight to your home. All right, so this book, it has all of the different diseases. It has its very own section of pharmacology, because I know pharmacology, it's a heavy hitter. Like, people don't really, it's not the favorite of everyone's, you know, people don't really fancy pharmacology, and it's a very difficult topic. So pharmacology, an entire pharmacology section with different drugs, different disease processes, tips inside of this book, everything, like literally everything. And I think it also has an app. Yeah, it does have an app that you could interact with other students or candidates is going to take the NCLEX, and you know, you build a community with these people, and you're good to go. So those are the two that really worked for me. And my question bank, I use Archer. So I started off using UWorld. UWorld, it's very in-depth. Like, if you don't have enough knowledge of your nursing, UWorld is something that I would suggest that will work for you. But for me, UWorld did not work for me. I have a photographic memory. So when I did over all of the questions, I did the entire question bank with UWorld. I think UWorld has like over like 2,500 questions. I did all of those questions and also repeated those questions. So for me now, when I'm repeating those questions, as I said, I have a photographic memory, and your girl remembering everything. Like, I would read the question and I know exactly what was the answer because I remembered it from prior doing it prior, right? And that is not helping you, right? The questions that you're going to get on the NCLEX is not going to be in UWorld, it's not going to be in Archer, it's not going to be in Rima. You know, these questions are just to prep you, to make you understand how they're going to bring the questions, how are the questions going to be detailed, how it's going to be composed, and to just get a momentum of answering all of these questions. So UWorld did not work for me. I know UWorld worked for a lot of people, but it did not work for me. Archer, chef's kiss. When I tell you, Archer also has a question like on-demand video series, and also they have all of their lectures in a PDF. So if you're not all about videos, definitely you could go and read up all of the lectures. I do have all of the lectures as well downloaded. Again, if you guys want any resource that I'm discussing or that I outlined, please feel free to send me a message or comment down below, and your girl have your back. Trust me, I know how hard it is. I know how much money I spent on these resources, trying to see which resources worked best for me. And it took a very long while and a lot of funds that was wasted basically for me to actually find what worked for me. So I know the challenge, and also with the currency, if I'm with my platform, speaking to my Caribbean platform right now, you know, the currency, the conversion, the ratio, I know it's hard and it's a lot. So please reach out to me, let me know whatever I could help with. I am definitely going to help my people, and you know, we're in this together. Everyone is gonna pass the NCLEX. You know, please bear with me. I'm going to read through the comments and select someone I know who is definitely in need for these resources. And yeah, so those are the two resources, and I'm speaking about Archer right now. So the NCLEX, let me tell you, the NCLEX is very vague. When I first saw the questions on Archer and I compare them to the questions on UWorld, it's like red and blue. What are you asking me, Archer? Like, literally, what are you? UWorld is, to me, UWorld is more easier. What are you asking me, Archer? Like, what? Like, it doesn't make sense. And I purchased Archer twice. The first time it was really rough. I did not understand how to navigate Archer, how to answer the questions correctly. But the second time, your girl got it down packed, right? So Archer, when you do Archer, they have these assessments called readiness assessments. They also have CAT adaptive computer adaptive tests, mock exam, a practice exam. And what Archer says is that when you have 4 consecutive high scores or very high scores, you have like a 98% chance of passing your NCLEX. So I don't know how accurate that is, but trust me, it worked for me. It worked for your girl. It worked for me. So I started off with lows. So when you get a low chance of passing your NCLEX, trust me, it's like a knife in your gut or in your heart. Like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do next? What could I do next to improve my scores? Why am I scoring so low? And you're going to feel defeated. You're going to feel depressed. But don't let that deter you. Don't let that deter you. You know, you're just going to keep practicing. Also, what I did realize and what made a huge difference in my scores on Archer, it was to go over the test plan category set. So some people study by subjects and systems, and I realized when I tested for the test plan section, so that is how the NCLEX tests you. The client needs, that's a topic, or not a topic, it's a category where they test you, and under those client needs there's like management of care, basic care and comfort, safety and infection control, there's integrity, there's physiological adaptation, there's pharmacology. So I watched those videos under the client needs section and did not go by topics or subjects like cardiovascular, immune, cancer. I did not study, like, I can't study that. It's too wide, it's too broad. So I just narrowed it down, and that tremendously helped me well. And I had a bunch, I think I had, like, before I took the NCLEX, I think I had like 8 consecutive very high chances of passing, and 2 high chances of passing. I could have gotten all 12 or 13 readiness assessments, high chances of passing, but there was this one time that I was at work, and the place was dead. It was really, really quiet, and I decided to do a readiness assessment, and all of a sudden the place got really busy, and I wasn't concentrating, and I got a borderline chance of passing. So that kind of blocked me from getting all of the, continuing my very high chance of passing streak. So yeah, so as I said, Archer, the real deal. I'm not gonna lie to tell you, I saw 1 or 2 questions that came on the NCLEX, not word for word with Archer, but it just basically was giving the same answer options. And I'm like, wow, like, you have to spend your money and you're happy, you are contented because you spend your money on something that it's benefiting you. Like, the last bits of the penny, it was worth it, right? So those are my tricks and my tips for that. Also, let me give you some, other than academic wise, some tips for passing this NCLEX. So what you need to do, you need to have a clear mind. I know everyone has their problems, everyone has personal issues, like, everyone doesn't know, like, what you're personally going through. But I can tell you, if you could put those problems to the side just for 1 month, I kid you not, it's gonna be very well worth it, right? So just get into a zone, get into a very quiet space. If you want to go in the library to get out of your noisy environment at home, to the park in front of your yard, in the back of your yard, in your daughter's room. This is actually my daughter's room, so outside is pretty noisy. So came in her room, she's sleeping outside, so I came in her room and to film this video. So go in your kid's room, go in your parents' room if it's quiet, take a walk down the street. If you're gonna take a bus, do some reading, go to the gym, do some reading, whatever it takes for you to get that studying in and practice on your questions, do it. Number 2, don't let anyone tell you when you are ready to take this NCLEX. You know yourself. If you want to push up your exam date, if you want to push it back, that is totally up to you. You know when you're ready. Don't let anyone dictate your pace. You know exactly when you are ready to do the NCLEX. I am a strong believer of Jesus Christ. Not gonna make this about religion, but I do believe in God, and I do believe prayer had a huge factor in me passing my NCLEX. Like, my God, like, God is so great. God is so great. Like, I had to pass this exam. I have 2 kids. I have an 8-month-old baby boy, and I have a 4-year-old girl. you know, and it's just mom, it's just me, you know, and I have to take care of my babies and also have to take care of myself. And also I'm here with my mom as well. So, you know, like my mom took care of me for almost my entire life. So it's now time for me to give back to her, and I have to mind my babies. I have to take care of my babies. Who's, you know, like who, if you're a parent, that is your job, that is your role, you know. You want your kids with the best. There's bills to pay, you know. If you have a mortgage, if you have rent to pay, there's a lot of things that I was writing, you know, my family, you know, to help my family, you know, back home in Trinidad. All of this was riding on my chest, and I felt so overwhelmed because it's like I cannot fail. I cannot fail. I know some of you are gonna feel like that, but just, you know, keep it in, take it in prayer, take it to God, and ask God for a clear peace of mind, and just say, you know what, Lord, I leave everything to you. You know what I want. You know I want to pass this NCLEX, and I just leave it all to you. I give you all the power, honor, and glory, and I leave it all to you. Don't stress about it. When I tell you, when I left all of my burdens and my problems to God, immediately I felt a huge lift off my chest and my shoulders. I felt lighter. I felt more confident. You know, there was sometimes, some days I could not have studied because I have to take care of my kids. I work a full-time job as well, and I work 12 hours shifts, 3 12-hour shifts, and I'm extremely exhausted. I don't even have time sometimes to play with my kids, and you know, that could, you know, that could affect you, because as again, your life does not stop. This is an exam, but your life does not stop. So again, just take all of your burdens and your problems and leave it up to God. And I tell you, trust me, that's my number one tip. It is gonna work. God knows what you want. He knows your plan. Just leave it all up to him. What you can do, do. What you cannot do, hey, we're not, you know, we're not God. God knows what we could do, what we can handle, you know. So don't over push yourself. Don't want to study. Don't study for 12 hours more. The most I've studied for was 5 hours a day when I was on my days off. And I could have, you know, I could have pushed it. And then when I'm sleepy, when my kids come home, I'm like, okay, I'm done for the day. Sometimes I didn't even want to finish, but because, you know, I spoke to God, and I'm like, I can't be going like this. Like I'm gonna pass out one of these days. I'm going, and it's not healthy. Take care of yourself. Take your vitamins. I also purchased a brain tonic for memory and for alertness, and I think that helped me as well. You know, there's a bunch in the pharmacy. There's a bunch in the pharmacy. So yeah, so those were my tips outside of the academic aspect of it, you know. So I hope this video was very effective with regards to my resources that I use. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Please reach out to your girl. Comment in the comment section below. Some of you will be following me on TikTok. Reach out to me via messages on my Instagram. Everything is linked. Reach out to me. I want everyone to win. I want everyone to win. Everyone is going to be a winner. There's no one that is going to be left behind. We're all in this to win, and I am not better than anyone, and anyone else is not better than me or anyone else as well. You know, we're doing this nursing. We're in this field. I would like to believe most of us not in this for the money, because sometimes the things that you do in this field is like, what am I doing here? Like, this is above my pay grade. But because we love people, we love to take care of people, and we want to make a difference in someone else's life, is because why we do it. Because I always say to myself, anybody I'm taking care of in the hospital, I'm going to treat you like my mom. I'm going to treat you like my brother. I'm going to treat you like my grandmother or my grandfather, you know. So it's not about the money for me, and I know a lot of you, it's not about the money for a lot of you as well. So I also have a very special announcement. So I made a promise with God, and I told him, I said, you know what? I said, God, my portion is also to give back to my community, and I would like to give someone, a very special someone, you know, a subscription package with Rayma or with Archer. One of the resources that I use a month or a 2 month subscription with all of the full resources, the unlimited package with a 1 month or 2 month subscription, I would like to give a special someone. I don't know how I'm gonna select that person, but comment down below, let me know your story. I'm gonna read it. Reach out to me, you can send me a story, and I'm going to pick a very special someone to give that subscription to with Raymore or Archer. Or even if you want to do URL, just let me know which one is your preference. I am definitely going to give back to my community. I will do this ever so now and again, do these gifts. But this book, however, I'm going to definitely send, this is something totally separate. I'm going to send this out to one lucky person who is going to take the NCLEX very soon. The Raymore Quick Facts for NCLEX Next Generation Guide. I'm going to send this out. Also, with the Marquee PDF version, anyone can get this. Just message me and I'm gonna send you, I think it's like 120 pages. It's not that bad. This is the thickness of it, right? But a special person, you're gonna receive a subscription from your girl. I'm so happy and thrilled to do this. Like, I feel so blessed that I could help someone out with their journey, their nursing journey, their NCLEX journey, because I know how it was for me. I was in a really dark place when I started to like apply for my Tennessee State Board of Nursing, and trying to get all of the information, get all of the resources. Going on YouTube like this, you know, these kind of videos, they helped me tremendously. Like, they would calm my nerves seeing people post about the NCLEX experience, the NCLEX journey, and so forth. So, you know, I hope this video brings you guys some sort of assertiveness, you know, a guide, you know, a change of mood, you know, relaxation, something. All right, so drop your stories down below, or on my TikTok or on my Instagram, and I'm gonna give a very special person. I'm not gonna post up your name or whatever. That is not my, you know, that's not my goal, that's not my style. You know, you get the gift. I'm just gonna tell you, hey, one lucky person, they got the gift, and that's it. It's not about no clout, not about to be exposed and put my name out there, and I'm no. It's literally genuine. It's literally genuine. I'm gonna do another gift, gifting someone another gift probably later down the year, but I'm gonna bless someone with a subscription with either Archer, Raymore, or UWorld. All right, so I hope this video was very informative to you guys. Thank you for listening. I know it was a very long overdue video. Thank you for being patient with me as well. So like you guys, like the video, share it to your friends, just share it onto your platforms as well, and subscribe to your girl. And I will be trying to make these videos at least 3 times a week to start off with, as providing that I don't have anything on my plate right now. So thanks you guys for tuning in. Bye.